Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. In your face.
Get 300. Get 300.
Mike, 45.
Hey, high 7.
Check, 45.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. incomplete.
Intended for Cortland Sutton. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Just like that.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw would turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Minus 42. I'm coming after you.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The Broncos send out their punter now. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Go to 50.
34.
Now it's Rodgers. Caught by Jones. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. It's caught here by Adams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. From the gun on third down, lock. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Banjo. Inside. Banjo. Hey, orbit. Mike 50.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Flush to his right. That's caught inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
50, Mike, 50.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Back north. Hey, Haywood.
Mike,
To throw, it's Rodgers. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
double dog. That's the way. Check 31.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
To try again after the sack. Lock. He completes this to Sutton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, Charlie.
50. Get in the weight room.
To throw on third down. Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, dude.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going? To move the football. What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll return it from the 6. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go, let's go!
A reminder once once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Man moving. You got to get that. Hey, no, look, we got Mike. Jump out! Spud! 50, 50.
From the 38, Rodgers hauling it in, Nelson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Rodgers now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 88. Hey, wahoo!
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 45 the mic. On the arm.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91.
Who that? 91 is the mic.
Check. Ready?
A final shot before half for Locke. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard. Line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think
it's caught inside the 25? And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Bravo!
Mike 34, Mike 34. Here we go, here we go.
Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Check in. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
First and 10.
On first down, Jones. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Switch! 34 is the mark.
Hey, check 26.
That's how I feel.
From the 44, Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Right here.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
Check Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They go play action here on first down. He'll take a shot for the... Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter. Not
only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown.
They had a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Quarterback, don't get nervous. Get 300. Get 300. Don't get nervous.
Hey, Mike, 50, Mike.
Hey, Mike, 7.
Watch my run.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to wind up in there, and that's caught inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off, and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Running right, Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 6.
Check in. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
The kick by Crosby is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are, almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. And that takes us from second to third down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice. or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Block working out of the gun, trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half.
Come on, baby, let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Come on,
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Locke. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. That turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Derek Wolfe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. On play action, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 92 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Crosby with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I go.
Ready?
On 1st down, Lock. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Let's go, D. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Hey, 88.
34.
Scoop, scoop, scoop. Come to my work. We want. Yeah, Liz. Hey, Haywood.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Inside. Hey, Charlie.
Check.
Back north.
Check.
6:30.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
26. Back north.
Rodgers looking to throw. Lets it go for Nelson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Kill.
Topper.
Rodgers will try again on second down. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
On the NFL scoreboard, they're in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. And the Lions emerging victorious. A win would be their first of the young season. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Block going to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guy